What up, Hyperchange? Huge news rocking the EV world today. This is literally hot off the press, unfolding as I'm making this episode. Jeff Bezos at the National Press Club in DC has unveiled a sweeping new plan to tackle climate change, and as part of that has announced a huge order that Amazon is making for Rivian. For those who don't know, Rivian is the electric vehicle startup founded 10 years ago by the MIT engineer RJ Scaringe. They have unveiled the R1S and R1T luxury niche sort of electric Land Rover-esque, what they call electric adventure vehicles, going after this high-end rugged niche. I went to the unveiling actually in LA about a year ago. A ton of hype. Rihanna was there. A ton of people ordering the cars. Generated a huge buzz in the EV scene as sort of a number two, competing luxury EV brand to Tesla with a lot of exciting potential and technology. Over the next few months, we saw Amazon lead a $700 million investment round in the company. GM tried to invest in the company, but then Ford managed to squeeze in front of them and put in $500 million just a week ago. Cox Automotive put in $350 million into the company. And so Rivian has been extremely hyped up and has begun raising a ton of capital. The EV startup other than Tesla. And now Amazon and Jeff Bezos are saying they're placing a huge order. They were already investors in the company, actually made a Moonshot Monday predicting and sort of pitching that I think Amazon should just acquire Rivian outright. And I think that actually the chances of that happening have increased with this news that we're seeing. But anyway, the part of the announcement that I wanted to read here from the CNBC article says, as part of Bezos' announcement, Amazon has agreed to purchase 100,000 electric delivery vans from vehicle manufacturer Rivian. Bezos said the first electric delivery vans will be on the road by 2021, and he estimates 100,000 vehicles will be deployed by 2024. So this is a huge push. We also got a tweet from Amazon SVP of Operations, Dave Clark, saying our fleet is electrifying. Thrilled to announce the order of 100,000 electric delivery vehicles, the largest order of electric delivery vehicles ever. Look out for the new vans starting in 2021. This is the picture of, I guess, the Rivian collab with Amazon. So really fascinating stuff. I mean, I think a lot of us had to know this was in the works. The second Amazon wrote a check for the company for that much money, I think there was a lot of tea leaves to read that they were working on some sort of delivery van infrastructure. The company was also dropping hints about that as well. So now we're actually seeing that that is indeed the case. And, from a high level, I've always thought, and the reason why I made the Moonshot Monday about why Amazon should buy Rivian is because Amazon has been, vertically integrating into logistics heavily the past couple years, trying to compete more and more with FedEx and UPS. Basically, they have their own trucks now. They're leasing their own trucks with Amazon Prime. They're leasing their own planes, more and more of that, vertically integrating into shipping. Think about all the trucks and cars and vans driving around and delivering Amazon packages that are burning fossil fuels. I mean, it's no wonder that as part of this plan to push green, they need to electrify that entire fleet. That's why for almost years since I've had this YouTube channel, I've been saying there's a tremendously obvious partnership between Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. The Tesla semi-truck, that's the leading electric semi-truck. Tesla could use their electric and battery technology to build delivery vans for Amazon. I thought that was always sort of a no-brainer, but they had billionaire beef, so it never happened. Then the second Rivian pops up, starts getting some buzz. Bezos goes with them and starts pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into it, and now we see that they're the company he wants to give this massive electric delivery van vehicle order to. So from Amazon's perspective, I think this is brilliant. All their other competitors, FedEx, Walmart, UPS, DHL, are placing orders for Tesla's electric semi-truck, are going to electrify their entire fleets. Amazon needs to keep up and do the same with its infrastructure. They actually have way more capital than those companies, so they should be pushing into that even faster. And I was always scratching my head about why they hadn't made a move with Tesla yet, and now we know why. It's because they were waiting to do it with someone else, and they're doing it with Rivian. So I think 100,000 delivery vehicles sounds like a huge amount, but this could just be the start of a massive multi-year, multi-decade partnership between Amazon and Rivian's battery skateboard technology really, electrifying their entire infrastructure, which could eventually be millions of vehicles. And that's sort of the other point I wanted to get to. Rivian, this company that unveils the R1S, the R1T, dope cars, but niche cars. They're not going to make tens of billions of dollars, $50 billion in revenue. So why does Amazon care? Why does Ford care? Why does GM care? The electric skateboard, the battery technology that Rivian has. Their cars are rumored to go 400 plus miles per single charge. This is rivaling Tesla in terms of range and battery technology. And that battery electric skateboard is really the secret sauce. And that's why Ford wants to build, electric truck on it. That's why Amazon is saying, ooh, we can build a delivery van on top of that. We could probably build an electric semi truck on top of that as well. And that's why they're pouring in a ton of money way beyond just these two initial cars that Rivian is launching. This other CNBC article from a couple months ago, I think, is really interesting because they detail that the startup last year acquired the old Mitsubishi assembly plant in Normal, Illinois. The facility has a production capacity of about 250,000 vehicles or platforms, hint, annually, according to Scaringe. Rivian itself is hoping to sell between 70 and 80,000 of its R1T and R1S models annually, and it is working up additional products that could eat up even more of that capacity. Now we know what these additional products are, is a ton of delivery vans for Amazon. So Rivian still planning to sell 70 to 80,000 of its own cars per year, but also even more volume with these partnerships with companies like Amazon. And what's interesting is their factory, they're claiming, has a capacity of 250,000 vehicles. So this could be pumping out, a ton of billions and billions of revenue for the company. Just to put a number on it, if we assume that it's $35,000 ASP for one of these, electric delivery vans times, 100,000 of these vans, we're looking at $3.5 billion in revenue for Rivian. This one order alone for electric delivery vans is almost dwarfing their entire business of their actual cars. And on the flip side, one thing I've been thinking a lot about is, okay, we're clearly going electric, but the other revolution here is we're clearly going autonomous. Amazon and Rivian have to be thinking about that. And I think, frankly, Rivian, the reason why they're partnering with Amazon is because they need help. They need help developing self-driving technology. That is the real storyline here. That is why it's sort of the game theory of why Rivian is okay taking all this money from Amazon and basically letting Jeff Bezos control their company. It's no secret that Amazon's sort of a tough company to partner with. They're probably going to buy you out or crush you eventually. I think they're going to buy Rivian out. But I think the reason why is because, the car of the future, the self-driving car, it's all about software. That's why these legacy auto companies are a joke. They don't have good software talent. Amazon does. Why do you think Amazon is pouring hundreds of millions into Aurora Innovations, a self-driving technology company, and Bezos is focusing more and more on self-driving tech and self-driving software? Because they know that's a critical puzzle piece of their electric delivery infrastructure, and it's something that, even though for Rivian, for all the tech they have, it's not going to be something they're going to be able to do on their own. So I think Rivian has the batteries. Amazon has the AI for self-driving. They're going to team up and build this delivery infrastructure. It's going to be huge, epic business. But on the flip side, a little bit of skepticism, although I'm really excited and happy what they're doing here. Rivian hasn't even sold a single car. They haven't even produced a single production car and sold it to the public. Like, this is so far from actually happening. They claim that the first deliveries of their R1S and R1T are going to start in 2020. But now Amazon's saying we're going to have the electric delivery vans on the road in 2021, 100,000 of them on the road by 2024. I mean, we're assuming a huge scale up in production for a company that's never scaled up production before. Rivian is in what I like to call the EV honeymoon phase. It's really easy to spend $1 billion to build one prototype that looks sexy that nobody can drive. It's another thing to actually build tens, hundreds of thousands of cars at a high profit margin that people are happy with. That's a totally different ballgame, way harder. That's where the rubber meets the road. That's where Tesla's been doing 15 years of manufacturing to get there where they're going, has actually built and delivered hundreds of thousands of cars. So I think this sounds great on paper, but there's going to be a lot of learning and growing pains to actually get this to come to fruition. But on the flip side, you got Amazon, you got Jeff Bezos, you got billions of dollars of capital that is behind this, that wants this to work, that needs this to work for their delivery infrastructure. And so I think that tailwind is going to be a huge advantage and force for Rivian. So, and on the flip side, you may be wondering, does this hurt Tesla, or how does Tesla play into this? This is a validation of Tesla. Elon Musk's mission is to get us off fossil fuels, to accelerate the adoption of electric vehicles. This is cementing that. Elon Musk has got to be pumped. I mean, the chances of us fighting, as much as all these people are like protesting, I love the protests, like Greta Thunberg, and like everyone's protesting and talking about climate change, raising awareness. Amazing. But what's actually going to move the needle is billion-dollar companies, trillion-dollar companies purchasing hundreds of thousands of electric vehicles, electrifying their fleet rapidly because it economically makes sense. These are the business moves that are actually going to dramatically reduce the fossil fuel usage of our economy. This is what moves the needle. This is how we defeat climate change, is actually business and strategic moves like this. And so that's why, to me, this news is probably not going to get that much press amongst climate activists, the Rivian part, but it is a game changer. And so from the tree hugger side of me perspective, like, I'm so excited about this. Bezos, the richest guy in the world, pushing full force to stop climate change, to have his company go, shipment zero, get off fossil fuels, is amazing. This is epic for the planet. It's a validation of what Elon is saying. And so I don't know. I'm really, really excited about it from that level. And additionally, Rivian's great. They're going to crush it. I think there's room for two people to win, but Tesla's got way better battery technology. I'm sorry, they've got way more years doing this. They're better at manufacturing. They've got way better tech. They just acquired Maxwell. I mean, they have the supercharger network. They have 700,000 cars on the road training their AI, training their neural net already. I think Tesla's going to be way first to self-driving. Their cars are going to have more efficient batteries than Rivian for a long time. It's still going to take Rivian a long time to catch up. You know, Tesla's about to unveil their pickup truck in November, which is probably going to have better specs all around than the Rivian trucks for a much cheaper price. So that's also going to put a dent in Rivian's business model. So, you know, on one hand, I don't think this is a threat to Tesla at all. Would it have been nice for Bezos and Tesla to team up on the delivery infrastructure for Amazon? Sure, that would have been a game changer for Tesla. But the billionaire beef happened and Amazon's being stubborn, going with the crappier tech. It is what it is. But this is great for EVs. It's a validation of Tesla's business model. And I think, you know, back to my Moonshot Monday, I sort of predicted this in that episode that Amazon and Rivian were working on a delivery van like this. I think the next evolution of this is Amazon buys out Rivian outright. You heard it here on Hyperchange first in my last Moonshot Monday. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Would love to know what you guys think about this. Such an interesting dynamic, so much happening. Huge shout out to our Patreon supporters, producers, fun in the channel as well. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. One last thing, I did want to give a shout out to Rivian because Rivian is an awesome company, like huge fan of what they're doing. They invited me to their unveiling event in LA. I got to go to Plymouth in Detroit to tour their design studio, check out the car, ask their head of design questions. So also shout out to Sean Mitchell for arranging that, but just they sent me this water bottle and like, I don't know, really cool company, really fun vibes. And I really just appreciate them taking the time to let me learn about their business. And so thank you, Rivian. Awesome. I love this water bottle too. Anyway, peace.